What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh. It is good to have each and every one of you with us tonight for the world premiere of Stargirl. I'll be right back in just a second. I gotta go get something so that we can chat during the episode, but it is coming up here in just about a minute, so we'll be right back. All right, the time has come. We've heard good things about this show. So much so that we brought popsicles back. A lot of you guys have been with us for a while, know and have commented on the fact that we used to eat popsicles, sugar-free popsicles, during our live broadcasts, and so that is what we're doing tonight. Go ahead, the dogs are all excited. Oh, it's on! Here we go. Tiffany's joining us in just a second. Nice intro. Golden Age of Heroes protected the world for decades. 10 years ago, that golden age ended. Nice. What's up, Sky? What's up, Caleb? Isaac? We're watching it live. Yes, Richard. Or was it? No, it wasn't Richard. I'll go to the comments when we're done here. Oops. Look at the green.
It's funny, that mansion looks very Disney haunted mansion.
Dang. Hey, it's what's his name? From Community. And from the suit back in the day. I don't think it was his name. Yeah, Jordan Kill.
I saw he's by Luke Bolton as a dad.
Yeah.
Did you see that? It was the winged flash helmet coming around. City already looks so much better than Gotham.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Intense.
It reminds me of what's his name's car from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Well, I got a gaping hole in my chest. Don't mind. I'll walk.
We gotta get
Don't
you
mind
to
me.
the hospital. No, it's over. But the Justice Society must live on. Its legacy must survive. Someone with honor and strength must carry the torch. I'll try, not you. Someone with grace and heroism. You mean you can't do it? But someone out there will. But it is definitely not you. You're a good friend.
Wow, his first big beefy role, and he does a death scene. I still see him joking around on the Masked Singer. It's got the Christmas vibe like Shazam started off. He did good as Starman though.
That's a different kind of opening.
I see what Isaac meant though, that it was supposed to be a little more serious, but it was cheesy.
I thought
But
it was,
not you.
I thought it was fire.
Hilarious.
Oh, he was supposed to be here 2 hours ago. I hate to ask so late, but it's time and a half.
It's no trouble at all, Barbara.
Yes,
You watched
Lola.
Girls last weekend, and Mary could not be more excited.
We're gonna make Christmas cookies.
Courtney. So Miss Kramer and Mary are gonna stay here with you, okay? You girls are gonna have so much fun tonight. Baby.
I just want to see Daddy.
I know, sweetie. Okay, well, Mom has to go. I love you.
Cute little girl. Looks just like the girl's hair though.
Smart.
No, I meant the little girl.
No, I know. Henry Thomas? Action Movers. Looks like Action Comics. That was awesome. Nice little Easter egg there. It's Mbop.
What's the Hansons? Hansons?
I can't believe you're moving.
You better come
Ba
see.
ba doo ba.
You see that? Who was that car?
Was it?
Yeah.
Here comes
There
your
it is.
dad. He's not my new dad. He's the reason we're moving to Nebraska.
Do they have a pier?
No, Mike, there's no ocean.
What about In-N-Out?
Thanks, no.
Please
I
tell me
agree,
they have
Caleb.
burger.
No, Mike, that's why we got this. Call your goodbye burger.
Goodbye, In-N-Out. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, indoor plumbing.
It's Nebraska. It's not Siberia, Mike.
I looked this place up on Google Earth. Blue Valley doesn't have jack.
It's got fresh air. It's got friendly people. It's got schools without metal detectors. The thing is, I need your help with this move, okay? I need you to be positive.
Positive.
All I see is idiocracy.
I know.
Positive this place will blow ants. I thought we were gonna stop moving around once you hooked up with Barbara.
Well, we're not hooked up, Mike.
Yeah.
Fine, what do you want me to say? Shacked up?
We're married, Mike. Can I give you a hand with that? You got it? Okay. I'm gonna go grab the rest of that stuff. You're doing a great job, Courtney. Thanks.
Hey, is that it?
A couple more boxes.
Okay, have Pat help you with those.
I don't need Pat's help.
Courtney,
What?
if you're gonna be mad at me.
The move was Pat's idea.
I grew up in Blue Valley. I took this new job. We made the choice together.
That's fine. Whatever.
Well, we made it. Nebraska, folks. Elevation 2,200 feet above sea level. Birthplace of Nick Nolte, Fred Astaire, the Great Warrior Crazy Horse, and Wade Boggs.
Yeah, who's that?
Third baseman, great player. Also the birthplace of Gerald Ford.
Who'd he play for?
The United States of America, Mike.
Come on, Mike.
What's up, buddy? 7799 and
It's a man.
hello, Emperor Palpatine.
What do you think?
And Isaac, I'm sad it's only 13 already.
Hey, sorry, that's real delicate. Yeah, thank you. You know what? I got it. It's fine. Yeah, let me just fasten these. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hey, how about we get something to eat?
Oh, yeah. Let's go. No, I'm
Great.
hungry.
Let's do it.
Yep, sorry, that's just it's cold. Chilly.
I'm warm.
Afternoon. Hello. Hello. How are you?
Yeah, hey, why's everyone talking to us?
It's called being friendly, Mike.
I don't know, just a little weird. Hi. Hey. What? It's like I always say, Pat, gotta take the good with the weird.
Yeah, it's Dad, not Pat, okay?
Yeah, but Courtney calls you Pat.
Don't drag me into this conversation.
Oh.
Ah, this is where Pat and I met. No, 2 years ago. And I came back to sell my mom's house.
Yeah, Dad told me like 100 times. Well, go to the corn dogs, right?
Banana split.
Why were you in Nebraska anyway?
I was looking for something. Should we check it out?
Look at Stargirl looking out at the stars. Shooting star? Constellation?
Tonight's premiere of Stargirl.
All right. So far, so good. I like it.
I was just saying it feels like a mini movie. And
Yeah.
Isaac reminded me that it's only 13 episodes, which bums me out already. Because it's a half season. Because of.
Yeah, but what's up, Emperor Palpatine? Everybody's like, love me some jerky. What's up, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
So I agree, Caleb. So far, the songs, I mean, they're well-known songs from their eras, you know. But didn't we just talk about Hanson and Mbop on the council
Well,
a couple days ago?
Isaac was saying that they do a really good job in this episode of showcasing that era, but yet bringing in a couple little modern flares into it. Like, you can see that it's like the old-fashioned, you know, car and all that stuff from back then in the diner. But yet he says they mentioned like Fortnite or something like that. So it's like they bring in like a little bit of
Well, it's a
modern
little
with.
yeah, it's a little strange too because they kind of like they were playing like 50s songs, you know, at the beginning. But it's obviously not from the 50s. That is when we would normally think of that era of the Justice
it started
Society.
that way because then it showed her that she aged and it had to have been like 10, 15 years.
I said it's been 10 years. But the thing is that I think they're kind of going for like a weird kind of, you know, loose timeline as far as that goes. Because they kind of start off like it'd be like the golden age of superheroes. But that to us would be a lot farther back when the Justice Society would have actually been around. But they're saying it was just a few years ago. But this is also what, Earth 2, I think? Right? It's going good, buddy. How are you? Nice, he's on his new Mac. Oh, is this Bud? What's up, Bud?
Isaac said Stargirl is Earth 2. And Isaac's right. Riverdale does the same thing.
Yes, so Emperor, this is the premiere tonight. Now it is on DC Universe. We haven't
The
watched
night
it.
before.
Yeah, we haven't watched it yet on DC Universe, but apparently it's going to be coming out the night before on DC Universe. So I don't know if that's going to be the way it continues, but we'll see. We're back.
Hey, have a super great day.
But it was on your website. Blue Valley High has a gymnastics team.
We did. Last year. But the academic and athletic programs have been recalibrated by the American Dream for optimal participation by the students and the faculty.
I have no idea what any of that means.
There are plenty of other after
Good
school
quote,
activities.
Caleb.
How about cheerleading? That's basically gymnastics plus boys love cheerleaders.
Another old song. Another old song.
Yeah, another song. Yeah.
Hey. Hi. Got your work cut out for you here, huh?
Yeah, I got some cleaning up to do, for sure.
New in town, right?
Yeah, they're definitely playing loose with the time frame.
Yeah.
Barry Croc.
Pat Dugan.
Friends call me Crusher.
Okay.
Gym down the street's mine. Rip City. Named it myself.
Like that.
We got boot camp classes if you're looking to get in shape.
Yeah, I'm kind of focused on getting the...
You right up, Pat.
Yeah. Pretty busy with the garage and everything.
Got a special for Blue Valley newbies. Half off.
Don't be a wimp, get ripped. Well, thank you. I'll keep it in mind.
Oh, I gotta get back. Weights don't lift themselves.
Right.
Don't be a stranger, all right?
Okay, nice to meet you, Larry.
Call me Crusher.
Crusher.
I'm serious about those classes. Let's get some muscle on them bones. Nice car.
Investing back into Blue Valley is more than a job for everyone here at the American Dream. It's a weird life. Oh, that's Councilman William Zarek, and that's our CFO, Mr. Sharp. Your office is right this way.
Office?
Hey, who wants to go right now? I got you. All right, let's go.
tiny.
Sorry, can I help you?
I'm looking for a seat.
There's one right over there, sweetie. Oh, you're so cute.
That chick does not look old enough to be in school. She looks way older.
I'm Courtney. I'm Beth.
Yeah.
What do you guys do for fun around here?
Oh,
What's up, Brandon Reviews?
here, not friends. This is the table for the singles.
The singles?
The losers.
Speak for yourself.
Felix says I think that the woman that directed her was a teacher or a coach.
Smell something?
Man, if that's a teacher or a coach, that's a jerk.
Smells like slut. Taking any pictures you'd like to share with us? Yeah, don't be shy.
Leave her alone.
Oh, hey, new girl. She down on your phone.
Hey! Give that back!
Nice.
Come with me. It's my boyfriend, bitch.
Yeah. Cindy, language.
Sorry, Principal Bowen.
It was the best day of school ever. I met these really cool kids in computer design class. It's where you team up and make your own video games.
Is that the opposite?
Way to dive in, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, and we started designing this shooter. It's called Blood Pizza Party.
It's called Blood Pizza Party. So that name's been okayed with your teachers and everything?
Well, yeah, pretty much. But this place is awesome, Dad, really. There's like nothing to do here, so kids play way more video games.
How was your day, Court? Did you join the gymnastics team?
Oh, wait, Dad, can I go over to Johnny's house? We're gonna play Fortnite for research.
Just be back by 9.
Wait, 9? It's Friday.
Oh, yeah. Okay, 9:01.
Why, Dad jokes always the opposite of funny.
Hey, finish your dinner.
I'm getting dessert.
Do you have any plans tonight?
Hey, we could hit the old drive-in.
Stop pretending you're my dad, okay?
We are good, Brandon.
No, it's okay.
I hope you're well.
Sometimes
As
I
well?
try too hard and it just doesn't.
You're trying just fine.
What are you doing?
Microwave some marshmallows. Want some?
Where she's gonna discover the staff.
And she's gonna get along with her stepdad. So does that mean that Starman's are there?
It's so lame.
Well, maybe. Yeah.
It would make sense that his own daughter would be having the same.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Oh, so cool. Tell you what though, they did the JSA so well on Smallville.
Yeah. Big basement.
I want to see Dr. Fate again.
Stripesy, my friend and partner, Starman. Starman.
Stripes and
calling to her.
To you.
Apparently the staff didn't like that one light bulb.
Here, I'll illuminate it for you.
No way. Who are you?
Just don't blow a hole in the side of the house.
I like it.
You know what? This is very 80s to me. It's very 80s, like it's. I'm catching some ET vibes for some reason. Like, I like it.
I love the name that's in here, Popcorn Jello. Pelican just said Mike Zero for president 2020.
Mike Zero for president. Mike Zero is going to be doing some interesting things here on the channel here coming up. To be sure. We're going to put Mike Zero in some interesting positions that he's never been in before. Just saying. Keep an eye out for that.
Do you have a particular set of skills?
Mm-hmm.
Derek said hence the robotic suit.
It's gonna be some unusual fun stuff, hopefully, if I can pull it off.
Popcorn Jello says Pat Dugan started as Stripesy and grew up to be Stripes. Yes, we did, Dan, and I'm actually bummed about it.
Yeah, it's an interesting story with Ruby Rose. Man,
Did you read the actual article?
I did read the article, and I don't know. That's I know Caleb. We were talking about it. A lot of you guys have seen our new Poindexter Council, and the council speaks together, and we convene together, but we talk off
Amongst each other.
in other places, and it's Caleb had some interesting ideas and thoughts about it. Maybe she quit, I guess, because she hurt her back
Mid-season.
mid-season.
Some
And
crazy stunts that she did, because
Yeah.
she's doing a lot of her own stuff.
Caleb had a couple of good ideas.
I know the girl that he had an idea of. I was like, you know what? They could technically pull like a soap opera where they're like, hey, the role of this has now been played by this, but she
That's funny.
looks similar enough.
She
that
does.
that you might be able to get away with. Some people may not even.
And of course Marie Avgeropoulos from the 100. I mean, I'm just reading what I don't know her last name, but she actually looks a lot like Ruby Rose.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Just give her the
I said
shaved haircut. I mean, because she's gonna wear the red wig and the ruby lipstick anyways.
I said it can just open up next year with Bruce Wayne waking up out of a scarecrow-induced dream coma, nightmare coma, of how Batgirl tried to take his place. And just call the show Batman. But that's probably not going to happen. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. It's a shame that she's leaving, because I mean that's one of those roles that like you always wish that you could get,
Plus
and
she-
you have a TV show
plus
that's
she
centered
does-
around you.
Plus, she does a great job, and she's showing a lot of different like emotions. I mean, I know that she plays like this, you know, hard nosed, you know, because of what she's been through, but the more that the story unfolded with her sister Alice,
Mm-hmm.
you see the differences between, you know, she didn't want to give up, but yet she's showing a lot of different layers on what she's going through, which
Mhm.
is also kind of helping mold her as Batwoman.
Isaac says Barry needs to make an actual Flashpoint this time. There's no Speed Force to be mad at him. I noticed that about Jay Garrick too, Isaac. Yeah, the music. So far, the music's good for this. Everything seems to be really done well. I'm enjoying the story so far. I mean, we're already a half hour in, and I'm liking the progression so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of her so
She's
far.
a good little actress, and she's cute.
Yeah.
She looks like she'll be good for the role.
See where we go with it. Here we go. Back on.
Hold still.
Her gymnastics
I was gonna
stuff.
say she's a gymnast, and it looks like the uneven parallel bar.
Well, that's cool.
And that's the rest of the mission scene from the start.
I'm sorry.
I don't need to have cheerleading.
If the Stargirl thing doesn't work out, she can always go to dancing. Just saying.
Keep her in the microwave with marshmallows.
What'd you do with my pole?
What the hell was that?
And you have the guys who want to punch in the face. Or in the throat.
Good thing she's wearing a hoodie. She's following the Smallville code of superheroes. Are they watching Goonies?
Somebody's messing with your car.
Nice.
Come on.
Stargirl beat her up with bullies.
That's awesome.
Dang!
did you do?
Yeah, they are.
No, wait, is that Goonies or is that Lost Boys?
Oh, my daddy's gonna kill me. We've been making cars
Okay.
for America for 20.
So it sounds like there's some scenes missing.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I got a brain freeze.
So we're gonna actually have to probably watch it on DC Universe now too. People who watch the DC Universe version, do you notice any
Dan
scenes
Murphy
missing?
said Goonies.
It is Goonies?
Mhm.
Yeah, Popcorn Jello, yes, there are small scenes, Dan said it's missing. Nothing of much interest so far though. Which ones exactly? I got here late. The scene where Stargirl is in detention wasn't shown, for instance, because cutting out 10 minutes seems like a lot. That's true, Dan. I forgot about that scene. Popcorn Jello, was the scene with Cindy shown because it's probably important for the future. Did you ever get into The Boys on Amazon Prime? So, you know, it's interesting, Pelican, because I used to have an Amazon Prime account and I let it go, and then they started all this streaming stuff. And to be honest with you, now we got so many streaming services, it's like there's not a lot on Amazon that I'm super excited about. I love to watch The Boys because it looks like something that I definitely
What is it
enjoy.
What is it about?
It's about a group of superheroes, but they're not like the main guy. He's like a Superman guy. I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head. You guys will probably tell me. But
Pelican says he said it's amazing.
yeah, everybody's loving it, and it definitely looks like something that I would love. But basically, like the main guy, he's like a real narcissist. He's got, you know, basically kind of Superman's powers, but like he's got like a kind of a USA theme going on, you know, almost. Oh, but Pelican's saying they're straight up evil. They're evil superheroes.
Nice.
His name's Homelander.
Isaac said he honestly likes this show better on the DC Universe better.
You liked it on DC Universe. I honestly liked it better on DC Universe.
Stargirl.
Was it that much different?
Well, 10 minutes cut here and there probably makes a big difference on the story.
Yeah. Yeah, Homelander is the Superman, okay.
Popcorn Jello said it's smoother.
Oh, thoughts on rumors that Tyler Posey has been cast in season 2 of Stargirl as Golden Age Clark Kent Superboy? I don't know. Oh, she's back.
What are you doing?
Me?
Yes.
Nothing. I didn't do anything. Oh, but you. You don't have to ask the questions, Pat. If that's even your real name.
It's Patrick.
You mean Stripesy.
All right, give me that. That's incredibly dangerous.
I know. It blew up a car.
Blow up a car.
No, it didn't. It did. I was only going to let the air out of their tires.
Okay, look. Are you okay? And was anyone hurt?
It's like it's talking
It's
back.
fine.
It's cute.
The car lost a little resale value, though.
That's good.
The thing's
What
laughing.
is this thing anyway?
It's called the Cosmic Staff.
Very.
It's extremely temperamental. And it should be back in its crate where it belongs, not vandalizing automobiles and endangering people's lives. The staff's not supposed to work for anyone except Starman.
Starman?
Of the Justice Society of America was before your time.
I know who they are. A bunch of superheroes from the old days. They quit when I was a kid.
Well, they didn't exactly quit. Starman and the JSA died saving the world 10 years ago. It was Christmas Eve.
14 years ago on Christmas Eve?
What?
Does my mom know any of this?
No, I didn't tell her. And it isn't right not to be honest, but people have died because they got too close to the JSA. You know the truth, and you're at risk even now.
Right.
Look, I don't mean to get upset. It's just the staff was missing, and I was concerned. Are you all right? Court?
Why would the staff work for me if it only worked for Starman?
I don't know.
There must be a reason. What if Starman was my father?
If what?
Starman died the exact night my father vanished.
Okay, that'd be the coincidence to end all coincidences if Starman
Okay,
was your father. It's
what
beyond the realm of
What about
possibilities.
fate, Pat? Destiny. I mean, maybe the stars aligned. Stars. Starman. It would make so much sense. My father never showed up that night. Because he died saving the world.
Sit down.
What's up, Dark Daisy?
Come here.
What's up, Ryan?
Hey, what was your father's name?
Sam Curtis. That's him.
Well, Starman's name was Sylvester Pemberton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Sam Curtis was an alias.
Starman is not your dad, okay? The staff works for you for some reason. I don't know why. But that's not it.
You see the picture? See the picture? Picture looks like Starman to me.
You owe Pat an apology, young lady.
No, I don't, because maybe Pat's not who you think he is.
Courtney, enough.
Was my dad a superhero?
I am not joking around here.
I'm not joking either.
You want to know the truth about your father? Your dad, the superhero, he only came to see you once a year until you were 5, and then he just abandoned us, Courtney. There's only been one man who's ever been there for us. And that's Pat. You know, if your dad was as great as you think he is, he would be here right now instead of Pat. But he's not. Anyway. Oh, wait, you were saying something.
Nothing.
Okay. Good night, Courtney.
Tell me again, son. What happened?
Travis and Brian and I were at the drive-in, and we were minding our own business that
Hard about the staff, Junior.
someone, they had this glowing thing, it shot, I don't know, fire or lasers or something. I know I should have asked to take the car, Dad.
What did they look like? Who were they?
It's too hard to see.
Go to your room. Talk more about this in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Y'all settled down and had kids.
Sweet jacket, though.
I love reveals like that. It's always funny to me.
I was gonna read books, but not today.
Not today. Isaac says the momentum seemed quicker in DC Universe to me. Well, I mean, there's not going to be commercials, so yeah, it's going to probably feel more coherent.
No, he says they're cutting the commercials with the wrong parts, in his opinion.
Yeah. I'm just saying commercials anywhere. If you watch something without commercials and then you watch it with commercials, it's going to feel jarring probably. Excuse me. Funny because Tyler Posey appeared to be in an episode of Smallville as an illegal Mexican worker Clark befriends. That episode with the psycho farmer meteor freak who could burrow in the ground. Yeah, that was a weird episode.
That was a weird episode.
This Courtney is more like her pre-Flashpoint version than her New 52. Gavin says, Enosh, have you heard that Ruby Rose has quit Batwoman show? Yes, we have. And we're going to talk about that in a little more detail as soon as this episode of Stargirl is done. We will actually, we'll talk for a few minutes about just different things that are going on. Lots of stuff going on in DC news for sure these next couple days. And, but yeah, Ruby Rose is gone. This show so far, I'm really liking this show. Obviously we didn't watch it on DC Universe. We could have, but we decided to wait till tonight and watch it with everyone because we know that everybody doesn't have DC Universe. We wanted to watch it for the first time with everybody. But I'm enjoying it. I'm really liking it. And to be honest with you, I didn't think I was going to be as into it. But
It's got some good momentum for a pilot.
I like the feel of it. I like the flow of it. Personally, I like the story. Darth Tasty, you were asking what that is. It's the Cosmic Staff. Starman, who is a character from the Justice Society, which is basically like the Justice League, but back in the day. So you had older characters from that era of superheroes. Starman was there. You had the staff and it gave him powers and whatnot. And so this is apparently his daughter, who is now, because this is now after the fact. Hey, look, speaking of Smallville, it's Lana on Burden of Truth.
But Joel McHale played
just played Starman, and I don't understand why Stripesy wouldn't look at the thing and go, oh yeah, that's him. That's Joel McHale. I know him anywhere. I've seen him in a lot of stuff. I don't understand that.
He was my best friend.
Yeah, well, he was my best friend, right?
Stars, I was Stripes.
But other than that, I mean, obviously I think we're going to find out that it is her dad. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't at this point, but yeah, I'm digging it. I'm really liking it. What did you think of the final episode of The Flash? Well, we have a whole video on that we did right after we watched The Flash. Actually, I took the Facebook. It was when we had the copyright strike, so obviously that's done now. But I uploaded that video that we did right after watching the final episode.
We felt the same way that Grant Gustin did.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the video of Grant Gustin. He was frustrated with it. I think they're all frustrated with it, that's where they had to end it. That's not where they wanted to end it. It wasn't even the part of the story that they could really end the season on, because everything was, even he admits, it's going to get resolved, in like the next couple episodes, and then they had the season finale planned.
They were cut out at the knees because of the pandemic.
Yeah, and they couldn't do anything about it. So I'm forgiving for that, but just like everybody else, it was just blah. It was just, it wasn't even a great episode. It was
just the other day I watched the season finale of Supergirl, and even that one I was like, now see, that's how you end a show for a season, not, which is weird to say that I liked Supergirl's season finale versus Flash.
So, your name was Stripesy?
That's my name, don't wear it out.
All the stripes.
Yeah, I got that. Someone really should help you brainstorm a better code name.
What's wrong with it?
Well, for starters, I highly doubt it intimidates the bad guys. I mean, look out. Here comes Stripesy.
Well, see, Stripesy made more sense when Sylvester went by the Star-Spangled Kid.
The Star-Spangled Kid?
Yeah, you see, Sylvester was 15 when we met. I was 20. I was his family's driver and their mechanic. He put on a mask to stop some criminals that were threatening his parents. And I helped him. Anyways, later he got the staff and he became Starman and he joined the JSA and he brought me along.
Space Ninja said, hi guys, just joined.
Okay.
Oh, what's up, Space Ninja?
What were you, like, the Star Spangled Kid's assistant?
I was Starman's sidekick. I looked after his car, I kept his suit clean.
Sounds like an assistant to
He
me.
said Stripesy made more sense when he was the Star Spangled.
Being a sidekick was an honor.
There you go.
They made me a really important part of the
With the Space
JSA.
Ninja?
Oh.
Welcome,
I
Space
took it
Ninja.
then.
Glad to have you
I
here.
took it.
Look. I don't like that you've kept this from my mom. But you make her happy. Happier than I've ever seen her, and I don't want to take that away. I can't. So I'll keep your secret. As long as you stay out of my way.
Stay out of your way? I mean, hey, you don't even have a driver's license yet, all right? This isn't just about keeping my secret. This is about keeping your mother and you safe, Mike too. You understand that?
Not sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So do we have a deal, Stripesy?
Guess what? You call me Stripes, I see your point.
Yeah, it's bad.
Good talk.
Aww. Space Ninja says, I've been watching you guys for a while. I like you guys a lot. I've been waiting for a chance to tell you so.
Aw, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Uh-oh.
It's like our dogs.
Right?
It's like, come on, I want to play.
What are you doing?
Courtney, are you okay?
So I'm digging this part of the story because she's going to have a secret to keep from her mom.
What's going on?
We're going to get a lot of this, I bet.
I couldn't sleep. Sorry.
But
I
it's also
didn't
going
mean
to
to
get her
wake you.
closer to the guy that she
Oh,
loves.
honey. I'm sorry about what I said. I know, it's been really hard on you.
No, Mom, I'm sorry. I haven't given Pat a real chance, but I'm gonna try. Really, really try. New start.
You have no idea how much that means to me.
For sure. Good night.
Good night.
Did a good job of making them look like mother and daughter. Similar faces.
Come on outside with me.
What is it? Hey, it's cold out.
I gotta train you. There's a bad guy. Foot.
This is getting a bit old.
Yeah, but it was the fact that there's only gonna be 13 episodes.
Why did you bring me up here? Oh, okay, yeah. Let's practice.
I dig this.
Good animation for the show, too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And it showcases her strengths with the gymnastics and all that. That's very Harry Potter.
They're hitting a lot of nostalgia here. See, this is like that whole E.T. vibe that I was getting. I'm not sure Nebraska looks like that, though.
Okay, we're.
Yeah, I'm done after this meeting. We're just going over how people.
Yeah, I'm not sure Nebraska has all that has all those trees. It looks very much like the Pacific Northwest, if you ask me.
Gavin had asked if Stargirl was 22 episodes or was it affected by the virus. Popcorn Jello says it was originally 13 episodes. It finished production back in 2019.
Yep.
Dan says, I really like how Stargirl was created by former DC President Jeff Johns to pay tribute to his late sister Courtney Johns, who was killed in a plane explosion in 1996.
Yes.
Popcorn Jello said, so it wasn't affected because it was done filming already, if that answers your question. And then Isaac said, like, they shouldn't have cut to commercial there with how the episode ends. And the episode ends in 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, honestly, to me it feels like the same vibe as The Flash.
And Isaac said he also likes what Dan said about Jeff Johns, because Isaac says, I like that too. They talked about that during Crisis Aftermath.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's, I like, I think the pace is just fine, really. I don't, I mean, obviously we didn't watch it on the other network, but I'm just going off of what we got here. We're back. We'll break it down. I mean, it's got the same pacing as The Flash does. So really all the Arrowverse shows, where it's like you get down to the very end, and you got something, and, you know. I mean, I think they found pretty much a formula with these.
Space Ninja, this is one of our two dogs. This is Wookie, and it's a boy. And we have another one down here who I'm sure when we move over here will come over here. Her name is Harley Quinn. They're both Australian Shepherds. Nanya.
Where did you get that staff? Why did you go after my son?
Oh, yeah. So your son's a jerk.
After I provide the answers I want from your brain, I'll milk it. I can read thoughts of loneliness. No friends. You're all alone. Your father. Why are you thinking about your father? Come on!
Nice.
She's a natural.
Second explosion with the staff already in one episode. Like it. And that's his car.
next Tuesday.
I'm Stargirl.
Stargirl is the new CW series.
Come on, you hunk of junk.
Critics are calling a genuine delight.
Is this thing even safe?
Stargirl is pure, contagious joy.
Yes, nailed it.
Stargirl, new series next Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
I love this.
A new episode of DC's Legends of Tomorrow is coming up next.
I really like this. This is so much. Okay, so let me just say. What is that?
I used to think fighting is what we do. Now I worry that fighting is what we are.
Okay, so let me get the camera set up so that we're here on the couch or together. I'll show you Harley real quick.
Yeah, Harley girl.
Hey, pretty girl, you're sleeping.
There she is.
The people online want to see you, pretty girl.
There's Harley Quinn.
Oh, you're stretching. Come here. People want to see the pretty girl. Say hi. Say, I'm Harley Quinn.
She's getting so big. She's almost as big as Wookiee.
I know.
Which is crazy. All right, Tiff. We want to get here in the middle. And we're going to have to talk about this, talk about some other stuff going on in the DC universe, of course.
Oh, like you were trying to hug him.
Stick with us just a second, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Caleb says, at Poindexter Lounge, I posted a pic of Tyler Posey in the Poindexter Council chat. What do you think, Superboy material or not?
Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. All right. So here we go. Episode 1 is down. We're down, and I dig it. I really like this. This is this was really good.
No, but I need you to.
I like it because it's much lighter fare than Supergirl is. Supergirl.
Oh, I can't sit there. That's right on the seam.
You're good. Yeah, you're good. I got you both right in there. So you know, Supergirl started off as lighter fare, and then all of a sudden it got really heavy. The material just got really heavy and kind of dragged down. I'm hoping that this stays light like this.
Well, it seems like in the second episode it does, because she's getting along with Pat now. They're working together, and it's probably going to be one of those sweet, like, movie style things where her mom is going to be like, "Oh, you guys are getting along," not knowing behind the scenes they're working together, and he's training her. And
well, and I think any show that you're going to have, I'm almost sure we're going to see some Joel McHale flashbacks.
Oh, heck yeah!
Right,
You're gonna
back
have
in the
to.
day. And if it's got Joel McHale, it's going to have funny stuff. Obviously, we saw Joel McHale in the beginning, and he's joking around.
Not you.
Like
I'm
he's
like, I'm
he's
dying.
literally dying, and he's telling Luke Wilson, like, somebody's got to do it. He's like, "Oh, I'll do it." And he's like, "No, not you, not anybody but you, definitely not you." And so I think if we get flashbacks, we're going to get flashbacks in that vein where there's going to be fights and there's going to be serious stuff that's going on. Yet it will be in that lighter type of
Isaac
way.
said, "I like that this show is lighthearted, feeling like Legends without the huge team."
Yeah. Now, eventually she's going to build a little team around her. It looks like, which will be fine. But I do like I like that Luke Wilson's in there, because Luke Wilson's always kind of got that that quirky, funny, kind of awkward thing, that Luke Wilson's just known for. And I think that that's going to work really well. I don't know if I believe the girl as being like an outcast girl, because she's cute, she's pretty, she seems like the type of girl who would fit in. But obviously they had to do that for the...
But you also got, she's in gymnastics, but they don't have like a gymnastics team. So now it's like, okay, now I got to find like dance or cheerleading or something, so you're not getting to go back into what you want to. She goes into the lunchroom and she's got to go to, not the outcasts, but it's like, so now she's going to this table. The first day there, she gets in trouble. She goes to, so it's like all these, events that lead up to making her feel like she's out.
I like the staff. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest with you, I really like the staff.
It reminds me of like a puppy or something, like, come on,
it reminds me...
It laughs at her.
Yeah, it reminds me of a mix between a pet or like Flight of the Navigator. Mm-hmm. That kind of relationship, like if you remember Flight of the Navigator, where that was the ship, obviously. But I'm liking this version of the staff better than I have on Smallville. say for example. Or other, we've gotten a couple incarnations of Stargirl now. We've gotten Smallville, and there was another one. Wasn't there one on Legends? Wasn't there a Stargirl on Legends?
There was, briefly.
Yeah, I don't.
In season 1.
Yeah, I didn't really see that. So, but this Stargirl is younger. She's got more going on. I like the staff. I like.
So it's going to show that she's training to be, to kind of like grow into the role.
Yeah, I still don't understand the costume, like hot pants and whatever. But that's superhero. That's girl superhero stuff.
Power girl.
Yeah.
Why have a big old circle where the tatas are?
Yeah, guys.
Costuming.
Guys get to wear cool leather outfits. Girls get to wear the bare necessities, if you even call it that.
As long as it covers the good stuff.
And some people say, "Why are you complaining, Enosh?" I don't know.
Isaac says one of the future episodes is called Icicle, and another is called Stripe, and then another is called Wildcat, and then Our Man.
Yeah, so the thing is it appears that not everybody died, because I remember seeing promotional photos that of Our Man and Wildcat in with Stargirl and Stripe. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I really like the show.
Mm-hmm.
I dig this completely. Tiff, what would you give this this first episode on a scale of 1 to 10?
Honestly, I give it a 10 out of 10. I think it came strong out of the gate. I think it's got a good story. It hits you in the feels right away. You saw her as a little girl and like, why isn't Daddy coming home for Christmas? Mom's gotta go to work. And then it shows, the angsty teenager, like, you're not my dad. I can do this without you, kind of thing. And seeing her fight against it. But then in her anger and frustration, she goes to the basement, finds the staff finds her. She finds out this guy may be her dad. And so it's like, it opened up the story not too fast, not too slow. It had good pacing. It was funny. It was serious. And in just seeing the previews for next week, it looks exciting that, she's coming into her own. She's getting a little closer to Pat. He's going to help train her.
It's kind of all the things that we loved about The Flash when it first started, before it got all doughy-eyed and moody.
And of course, then this is on Tuesdays at 8, just like Flash is. So it's like it's taking its place right now in, going forward. So that's kind of cool. And it's just nice to kind of have another show to look forward to. Because, I'm catching up on a bunch of our shows that, we fell behind in. So, I finished Supergirl. I'm finishing up Batwoman. I'm going to be finishing up Legends. Yeah. So to kind of have another show that it's like, I can't wait until Tuesdays now. This is exciting.
And I'm really enjoying, like I said, what I saw. I also,
and
surprisingly.
It's family friendly.
Yes, surprisingly. And I got to stress this, because I was not super excited about Stargirl. It's always been one of those things that, like, ever since they announced it, I was like, okay. I like the idea of Stargirl. I agree with you guys about, like, the Jeff Johns connection and all that stuff. I think that it's cool. But, like, as far as, like, being something that I was thinking, I'm going to watch Stargirl.
Indicating just signed out to do Legally Blonde 3. Sorry.
As far as being something that I was just like, I'm going to get to watch Stargirl. I wasn't as excited. But now after seeing this first episode is a 10 out of 10 for me. I think they knocked it out of the park with this. It's something I definitely want to see where they go next. I want to see the next episode. And any show that starts up like that it's like, you want to see the next episode. I'll be honest with you, my problem with Batgirl was not, I don't have any problems with Batgirl, but honestly, it was so dark and brooding and took itself so serious right out the gate that I was just like, And I haven't caught on to it. To Batwoman. Sorry, not Batgirl. To Batwoman.
Because Gavin just told me he's like, Tiff, Batwoman final episode is amazing, and I'm liking.
And that's what I'm hearing.
It kind of reminds me, though, honestly, of Krypton, where you got past a handful of episodes, but then once you did, it actually started getting pretty good.
See,
that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, see, that's how first season of Krypton was. Where first season of Krypton, there was like all these episodes. I almost gave up on the show. Because as big as a Superman fan that I am, I was just like, oh, what are we doing here? This show is killing me. It's like, it's so boring and drawn out, and it's like all this political stuff set up and everything. And then all of a sudden it like hit, what was it, like episode 5? or something like that. Episode 6, the first 5 episodes were like,
And it took off.
and then all of a sudden episode 6 came in, and then it was like all that stuff that they've been telling you up for those 5 episodes came into play, and they mattered, that you paid attention to them. And so maybe that's what I got to do with Batwoman.
I'll have to let you guys know when I see it then.
I got to go back and I got to watch Batwoman. Like I said, I just wasn't really drawn into Batwoman. Maybe just because it was so serious at first. But this was so lighthearted. Like I said, it was reminding me of old. It was funny that they had Goonies playing because, and again, they're playing with the
That one
timeline,
has to
right?
be serious though because of the seriousness of how they lost the other daughter.
Yeah, I
and
know,
what
but
she became, and they finally explained why she became like that.
yeah, but
that's where.
But see, this show, Stargirl, I find it really cool because like they're playing with the timeline, right?
Yeah.
It has an
loosey-goosey.
80s feel to it, is what it really has. It has that 80s feel to it, almost like a Stranger Things kid
with some
adventure.
50s and then back to modern and
it's weird, but they're playing Fortnite, and stuff, and so like maybe because it's on Earth 2, it's got a weird time frame with it. But they're watching Goonies.
Loosey-goosey.
They're watching Goonies at the
drive-in.
drive-in.
That's like my childhood. My first drive-in movie was The Gremlins.
Yeah, so so that kind of stuff is cool to me,
Yes.
and I dig that, and I think that's with them playing it that way. That's what's going to keep me coming back to this show.
Dan just explained it very well. He said Batwoman started off weird, but it just got better and better. Rachel Scarston's portrayal of villain Beth Alice is fantastic. That's what I'm noticing. At first I thought she was but I think that episode that you hit when you explained what happened after the accident, how she became that way and why, I thought phenomenal acting by Beth. It was just a great, and that's where it's just getting better and better, and I'm like looking forward to when I can watch more episodes.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna pick that up. Okay. So I give it a 10 out of 10. She gives it a 10 out of 10. What do you guys think? We'd love to hear your ideas and thoughts and what you guys thought. Now, Caleb is mentioning this guy. Excuse me. That it's a possibility that this guy will play a young Clark Kent. From these pictures, I'll be honest with you, I don't see it. No. I think part of the problem is he looks. How do I say this being nice? He looks too ethnic for the tradition, especially depending upon which Superman they're trying to go off. But he doesn't look like that character.
Honestly, I don't know if you'll agree with me. Probably not, but I think Melissa Benoist's husband, who plays Mon-El on the show, would be a good younger Clark Kent.
Maybe a younger one. Yeah, I could maybe see that.
Not like like Tyler Hoechlin.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean like the younger version of him.
But he's too old. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I know, because they're in their 30s.
Yeah, to do that. But I don't know, Caleb. I just don't see that, man. Tyler Posey.
Is that guaranteed, or is that just in talks that he might?
I don't know, Caleb. I'm trying to go back to the original thing.
Isaac says 9.9 out of 10. I loved that it never felt slow, and they set it up great, and I liked how she found the staff. The only small thing that bugged me was how when she was riding the staff, it was that she fell off once and then knew how to do it perfectly from now on. And then Space Ninja said not to change the subject, but do you guys watch Rick and Morty? Yes, we do.
Oh, yes, we watch Rick and Morty. We can talk Rick and Morty here in a second,
Pickle
too.
Rick!
Oh, my goodness. They even brought back the Pickle Rick.
It's like, what, were you with me when I was Pickle Rick? No, you weren't.
Oh, but that was an exciting adventure. Okay. So, Caleb said, thoughts on rumors that Tyler Posey has been cast in season 2 of Stargirl as Golden Age Clark Kent or / Superboy. First of all, I don't want to see Superboy.
You saw him on Titans.
I mean, I guess it would fit maybe with this whole
universe, Earth 2.
Yeah, with the Earth 2 thing, that you would have a Superboy. But I kind of don't like. He's not talking about Con-El Superboy like on Titans. Like he's talking classic Clark Kent, living in Smallville, growing up, Superboy. That's why I don't buy it as this guy, Tyler Posey. I just don't see it. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Caleb says at Poindexter Lounge, I personally don't know how I feel about it. It's just rumor at this point. They say they want a Christopher Reeve-esque Superboy in season 2, and this guy came up in the articles.
Yeah.
Gavin says, does Stargirl have a main villain like the Flash has the Reverse Flash?
I don't know if Stargirl has a main villain. I mean, I think it's probably the Starman villain.
Isaac, Caleb?
Yeah. I'm guessing it's the Starman villain that we saw here.
Yeah, the dude that was reading her mind.
Yeah, the dude, so.
I thought it was interesting though that when they were in the warehouse, he was like, "Why are you thinking of your father?" Like, was she just thinking of her dad, or does he realize who her dad is and how that's gonna play? That's kind of interesting.
What's up, King Joker 2020?
And of course, the jerk of all jerks of high school has to be his son.
Well, he's a supervillain. Why not? So.
At least it's not. At least he's not the bad guy from Kick Butt.
Yeah, that's true. Now, Fat Lando, gave it 9 out of 10. Good to see you here, buddy. I love you, man. That's my son, and Isaac is our other son. They're watching from afar. We miss you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We can't wait to get you back here in the Poindexter Lounge, aka our house.
Casa de Fi.
Yes.
It has dos doggies.
Yeah, I think the thing is there's always gonna be that learning curve. Like she fell off at once, but then she's flying on it. She's learning as she goes. I also think that there's probably got to be a certain amount of just inherent
kind of like
powers with Starman and with his daughter.
And
there's a kind of a natural thing, and I think for now we've seen really the staff doing most of the work. And
she is in gymnastics, so she knows how to maneuver and stuff, but it's almost like the staff becomes an extension of what she already knows.
Yes. And so she fell off the staff the first time, but then she jumped on the staff and she got all that going, but then she got knocked out of the air, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because the tires
Isaac said her villains are the villains who the JSA fought.
Okay.
Which that's where it probably comes into play that not all of them died on that Christmas.
Space Ninja says, I just watched a vid about Power Girl's costume and its history was very good. Hey, send us a link via social media. Follow us on social and send us one of those links because I would love to see that video about Power Girl's outfit. Purely for research.
Of course. Actually, Logan, he'd probably kill me. Well, but he's not on watching this live right now, but when Logan was little, fun fact, we were at the store at Walmart because ever since our kids have been little, I have always gone down the toy aisle just to, even if you're just looking, getting ideas for Christmas. And Logan was about 4 or 5 years old, and we happened to be looking at superheroes and saw Stargirl, and I showed Logan, and he was looking at her, and he starts grinning.
No, Power Girl.
Or Power Girl. I'm sorry, I'm thinking Stargirl because we're watching it. Power Girl. And Logan starts grinning ear to ear, and I was like, "You think she's pretty?" And he's like, "I think she's real pretty." And I was like, "Really?" I said, "What makes her pretty?" And he just looks and he stops for a minute. And he's like, "Her boobs." And a guy around the corner saw what happened, about fell on the floor laughing. I was like, "Well, he started young. At least he was honest." Costume, he liked it even at 5.
Hey, my grandma tells a story about how I jumped up on the stage in Vegas one time, making some gestures towards Dolly Parton. So at like 2, so 3 years old. So
well, even Johnny Carson said he quoted. He's like, I give up a year's worth of paycheck to see what's underneath the shirt. There's a lot of people who want to see.
So yes, it is what it is. Okay, so excellent first offering from Stargirl.
Yes.
We really
Can't
really
wait
like
till
it.
next week.
Now, this whole Ruby Rose thing, I don't know, man. If they don't find somebody that can pull it off, it'll probably come back for next season.
Mm-hmm. Well, they already have it set for next. That they're still.
But
going
this might be
forward.
a good thing because honestly, I thought I was going to like Ruby Rose, and I got tired of looking at her face. She just always had this mean, just like, look on her face. And so, like, maybe this is an opportunity for them to cast somebody who's not going to be so just brutally mean looking all the time. I don't know.
But you gotta understand, if you watched the show, you'd see why.
Yeah, but she's just kind of that way in everything she's in. I'm kind of noticing. Like, she, you know, I mean, like, even like we saw her in, now I like Meg, you know, and she was in Meg, but in Meg, she also played that, you know, she also had that kind of stern, you know, angsty, you know, thing. And so, I'm not saying it's bad necessarily. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't pull you in and make you, like, feel comfortable with the character.
Well, especially too that if you read the article about, you know, the fact that it was very emotional for her to take on that role because of, you know, she said that she always wanted a superhero that she could look up to, that she felt that she I forgot the wording that she used.
Well, she's a lesbian.
Yeah. Well, she's a part of the LGBTQ community, and so she felt that she never had a superhero that she could, you know, felt like she was on the same playing field with. So to kind of take on that role meant, you know, from both sides, how it just meant so much to her.
Yeah.
But to me, though, if it meant that much, one, why be angsty all the time on the show? What is that showing? And then two, why leave after one season then? It's like, I guess, I don't know.
Well, the question is her back really that bad that she feels that she has to leave? Because leaving a show is a pretty drastic thing. Where, you know, and honestly, you would think that they had stunt doubles to do most of the heavy lifting for her for that kind of stuff. So you have to wonder.
If you're kick butt, though, I mean, I know that if I was in a show like that, there's some things I'd be like, I can do this. I want to do this.
Yeah, but that's why they have stunt doubles. And especially with a costume like that, because really, you know, it doesn't look like her at all. Because she's got the red hair and all that stuff, you know, it's not made to look like her. So you can get away with a lot of stuff with stunt doubles. To lose your lead character is a huge, huge deal. The whole show is based around her. You know?
Apparently with the way that they're saying that the show ends on a cliffhanger, and even Isaac said today, he was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
With the way that they leave the show, how are they going to do that? So I want to hurry up and watch the season.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't just, that's not something that is just to be taken lightly when you lose your main, your main protagonist.
You can't just do what they do in when you watch like a soap opera where all of a sudden this little thing comes in the bottom of the screen. By the way, so and so will not be played by so and so.
It's not even like a movie where like you switch an actor in a movie because you have a whole
Back
movie.
to the Future.
Yeah, well, because you have a whole movie to give that person or whatever. When you have an ongoing series, that person is in your house every week. You're watching that person every week. You get used to that person in that role, especially after a whole season.
To quote My Fair Lady, I've grown accustomed to your face.
Well, yeah. So my question is this, and if this was the Poindexter council, I would pose this question to them: is it possible that there's something more to this story
that hasn't come out yet?
That hasn't come out yet, because for literally the season to just end. And then all of a sudden, boom, by the way, we're dropping this on you. She's gone. We're going to recast. It's my bad back. So what is she never going to do another role again? Like, that's just...
She's pulling a CM Punk.
See, that just, to me, yeah.
I'm sorry. Too soon?
They're making her work with an abscess right underneath her underwear right there. And the doctors are, you know, giving her injections and Z-packs, sending her out there and saying, be Batwoman, you know?
Be better.
The CW called her up on her wedding day and was like, "You're fired." No, do you understand what I'm saying? Though, like it's a weird thing. It's almost one of those things that it seems like a year from now, 2 years from now, all of a sudden we're going to hear that, you know what? No, they were all saving face. That something happened. Something happened on set. Something happened with her, with the crew. Something, and this is her way to get out gracefully because she's an actress. She's to leave a show. She's been in action movies so far. I mean, she's been in, you know, in all these different movies. Is she just never going to play another role in another action movie again? That just doesn't make any sense. You know, she may need time to heal, but she's going to have all the time in the world to heal right now. with
things being pushed back
with
because of the
things being
pandemic.
pushed back till January of next year. I mean, because Flash isn't coming back till January of next year. None of these shows are coming back till next year now. Does that make sense to anybody else? That like something just I'm not saying that it is, but does that make sense to everybody? That this may be like something different. There may be more to this story that we're not getting. I just feel like that with what I'm seeing out of it, because it just doesn't make a lot of sense that somebody. I mean, people have gotten injured, have gotten hurt, have done whatever. You get a stunt double. You're in a mask.
They're gonna have to try and pull like a Back to the Future where Marty's girlfriend, they're like not changing anything. They're not gonna say anything, but by the way, she looks way different.
Well, and two, like, do you? I don't know.
Isaac said, I definitely think there's something bigger. The ending needs Batman to return, and she got something important at the end. So I don't think she left for just wanting to leave. That would have been like Grant leaving after the cliffhanger of season 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Gavin says she said she broke her back in a stunt about 5 to 6 months ago in a TV interview.
It just seems to me.
Eddie Bain broke her back.
It just seems to me that as an actress, yes, she may have hurt herself. She may have gotten really hurt on the set. But then you work around that. If we can get a whole season of The Flash where we keep seeing Panabaker, Preggers, and like they keep putting stuff in front of her, a pillow here and a thing over here. You know what I mean? Like if they can work around that, you're gonna tell me that when they got the woman in a mask and a wig, and half the time you don't even see her face up close.
Do stunt doubles and just have her, walk around.
Have her do the close-up stuff, right, where you have to see Batwoman talking.
Caleb said she stated that her back injury almost paralyzed her, and she was in the hospital for 3 weeks to recover. I personally think she's taking a long sabbatical from acting to heal and eventually make a comeback.
Well, I hope the best for her. I just know that doesn't always work the way people think it's going to. And I think sometimes people put more stock in their own star power than what's there. When you have a show that is riding on you, that's a hard decision to make. So I don't know. I hope the best for her. I hope that that she lands on her feet, and that the show is able to find somebody.
I just hope that they can find someone that has her same, and this isn't a word, but kick-buttedness. She needs to have that strength for Wonder Woman, or for Batwoman, but I still want that same grit that she has, though. I mean, so it's like you got to find someone very similar in look, style, all of that.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little less angry.
I don't know. And then the last DC, and we'll talk about Rick and Morty here in a minute, because we definitely want to talk about Rick and Morty for a second, right? Okay. So
we've also got one more thing.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, Space Ninja said real quick, how are you guys doing? You guys both look very well. You guys holding up okay with everything going on? I'm good, by the way.
Yes, I'm glad you're well. I'm glad you guys are doing well. Those of you who are, we are. We're just staying home, kind of like everybody else. We
are both blessed enough to be able to work from home.
Yep. And
I'm actually busier at home than I have been in a long time.
Yeah,
so
the kids were here. I mean, we're a blended family, so the kids were here.
6 weeks in the very beginning of the quarantine.
Yep.
And then they all went to their other parents, and they're going to be there for about a month before they come back.
Yeah. So we miss them, but the dogs have gotten really clingy over this time, and now they're just passed out. But other than that, I mean, we're doing pretty good.
Staying healthy, not sick.
I gained a little weight.
I work for a medical
I
company.
gotta start working out, because a lot of I had bariatric surgery, and the whole thing has not been good for me, because
they're calling it the COVID-20.
Yeah, because I've gained about 15 pounds, and I need to, I'm not really eating any more than I was before. Maybe
but
a few
when you're
snacks
stuck at
here
home
and there.
and you're bored, and it's like the old habits of.
I need to get out. I need to do a little bit more of that. But I think I'm going to be able to get back on track with that stuff. But yeah, you know, just trying to keep busy.
And here in the meantime, I've lost 6 pounds and 2 inches.
I know, whatever. But you know, we're just catching up on a lot of movies, TV shows.
Yes.
But then also, you know, with my work, with what I do, just following up with people, and I would encourage all of you during this time. And we kind of talked about it. If you watch the Poindexter, this is a good segue into our next story, because if you watch the Poindexter Council, today we did a whole video about the Snyder Cut. And we're going to talk about that for just a minute here, not as in detail as we did this morning. But we did a whole video about the Snyder Cut, and we talked about, you know, depression and people going through that. And obviously, you know, for those of us who know what happened with Zack Snyder's daughter, and then, you know, which caused Zack Snyder to leave the production of Justice League. And we posted it in that video, but, you know, suicide prevention, you know, numbers and websites and stuff like that, because we need to be checking on people. You know, like the first 2 weeks of this, I was fine, man. I was cruising, I was doing good. And then even me, and I'm not a depressed person, I don't get all moody and everything. But after that 2 weeks, I was starting to really feel it. And I was starting to get kind of down, and I was just kind of like aimless and didn't really have a lot of drive to do much. And, you know, it took some people talking to me, and it was really good. And you know, even my friend Bruce, who a lot of you guys know, stops by the channel and is part of the Poindexter Lounge. You know, Bruce called me up one night. You know, actually he messaged me. He goes, "Hey man, you know, and Bruce is in another state. You know, but Bruce could tell, like, just watching videos and just, you know, seeing stuff. He was just like, hey man, how you doing?" And I told him, I said, you know what, I'm having a little bit of a rough time right now. And, you know, like I said, I wasn't depressed. I wasn't like, you know, like over the edge or whatever, but, you know, I was starting to feel it. And he said, "Hey, here's my number. Give me a call." And so I called him. And, you know, we just had a good talk. And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't a counseling thing. It was just nice to talk to somebody. And so I encourage you, reach out to somebody. Reach out to your friends. Reach out to whoever's out there in your life. And make sure they know that they're loved and that you care about them. Because, you know, everybody needs that, especially right now, because everybody's so cooped up. And tension is...
The longer that you're, you know, they say together alone hashtag, and it's like,
yeah,
but you don't want to have to, you know, some of those people that deal with that, and then you're stuck inside, and you have to, because you have to follow the, you know.
Yeah. It's
that
rough.
Can make a big difference.
It's rough. But that being said, we're good. We're good, and we're feeling good. But I'm ready to get back to normal as much as we can. But tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific, on Vimeo, or Vemo, however you say that. Speaking of Zack Snyder is going to be doing a Man of Steel watch party. And there's rumors that he might possibly announce that they're going to release the Snyder Cut of Justice League. I really hope they do. And there's a lot of stuff that's pointing that direction. Even after we went off the air this morning or this afternoon, somebody in our group posted I think it was Isaac, posted a picture, a billboard for HBO Now that's a picture of the Justice League. And it says, we have the superheroes or something like that. It's like, man, it's like you can feel it. It's right there. I really hope.
I like Aquaman's video.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right? And Jason Momoa posted a video saying, "Look, release the freaking Snyder Cut." So you know, just do it. He said, just do it. He's like, we're all quarantined. Come on, what's what we want? Just do it. It's what the people want. Give it to us. And so, I'm really hoping. You know, there's been a lot of back and forth on whether or not it existed, and then what it consisted of, and then if we'd ever really see it. And now it appears that there's a big possibility. So tomorrow, I'm looking into possibly being a part of that watch party, and hopefully watching some of that.
Wish I could.
Yeah. So 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I don't know. Maybe I'll live stream myself watching the live stream, which would be like a totally Rick and Morty thing to do. Like we pointed out last week, we were watching an episode of Celebrity Watch Party, and I had to do a little video. I said because it was funny because it was us watching a video of people watching a video, and then I said the only thing that'd be better is us doing a live stream so the people could watch us watching people watch people, and that's a Rick and Morty kind of thing that would happen totally right there. And but Rick and Morty, how many of you guys watch Rick and Morty? Rick and Morty is so good.
Oh man, Rick, jeez, I don't know. Even Logan loves it.
Oh, come on, Morty. You know you like it. It's so good.
We actually have our own portal gun.
Yes, we have a. Where is the portal gun? Is it back there somewhere? Yeah, we got a portal gun around here. I love Rick and Morty, man.
Isaac said, "Where is the Zack Snyder doing the watch party?"
It's on Vimeo. That's all I know. I'm sure that if you do a little search for it, you'll be able to find where it's at. You know, I'd say do a Google search. All I know is it's on Vimeo. That's all I know. So that's where I'm going to go look for it. So I don't even know how to get on Vimeo. I don't think I've ever been on Vimeo, but Vimeo or whatever. VEMO. But Rick and Morty is so good. And this last episode was so good of it. It was called the Vat of Acid episode. And it was just so funny because it was a total Rick thing to do to make that vat of acid and kind of throw it up in Morty's face at the end. Mm-hmm. You know, but poor Morty, like finding that girl and living out his whole like life and on the airplane and crashing and having to eat people and go back in time just to have
the movie alive.
Oh my gosh, just to have it all erased. That sucks. That totally sucked.
I know, as soon as it happened, we're like, no! Like, we felt bad for him.
I felt bad for Morty. I was like, oh, come on! It's like, come on, let the kid have a break, man, for once.
That was better than when he had that diamond and he was trying to follow, what's-her-face?
Oh, yeah.
That one was so much better.
When he was trying to be everything she wanted him to be.
Caleb says, hey, Enosh, thoughts on Superman and Lois no longer taking place in Metropolis and the scripts being rewritten to take place in Smallville. And then Jordan also said, was it Farrell or Farrell?
I think it's Farrell.
He didn't even know that Stargirl started tonight, so he got late to the party.
Okay.
But he said, speaking of certain Man of Steel, I have designed some characters stuff for a possible Superman fan animation film or two.
Nice.
And said, I sent Enosh my designs for Superman.
Nice. I will check those out, man.
And then Caleb says, also, what are your thoughts on this? Oh, wait a minute. I did read that, didn't I? Yes. Oh, he says, also, what are your thoughts on the Superman and Lois / Batwoman mini crossover the CW announced yesterday?
I don't know about those two stories. I have not seen those two stories. I feel with the Smallville thing, if that is the way that they're taking it, it makes a little more sense, and here's why.
Just do it right.
What's that?
Just do it right.
Yeah, just do it right. Well, here's why that makes a little more sense to me than them living in Metropolis. During the Lois and Clark comic book run that led up to Rebirth, Lois and Clark were living in the country. Now, they weren't living in Smallville, but they were living on a farm with Jonathan. And so Lois was still working, but she was like sending in her stuff or whatever, so she was still working for the Daily Planet. Clark was not working for the Daily Planet, and I believe because he wasn't Clark, he wasn't Superman, he wasn't even supposed to be, like, it was some weird thing like that, if I remember correctly. And actually, I think Lois in that story was working under a pseudonym because she wasn't that world's Lois or something. But the reality was Superman was another Superman in that universe, so because it was the New 52 Superman, and they were living on the farm out there because they were out of their own world. They were a remnant that was left behind from Flashpoint, and so that, like, he was the Superman and Lois that was part of when I was reading comic books back when the death of Superman happened and all that stuff. They were remnants that left over, and then that was when the New 52 Superman died, the Superman with the collar that I didn't like. The original Superman took his place, right? So I could see it being set in Smallville to kind of get that same vibe where they're living in this small little country town because Clark wants his boy. Clark wanted Jonathan to grow up like he did, in a small little town around, you know, certain type of people instead of being in the big city. So I can see that. Now, of course, on this show they have 2 sons, which is totally different. But, you know, I could definitely see a correlation there between the story that was just told in the comics and them doing it that way. As for the Batwoman crossover, I really have no thoughts on that yet. Just because I don't watch Batwoman. So
Caleb said, oh, and apparently Clark in the Arrowverse was let go from the Daily Planet, and that's why they moved to Smallville.
Yeah.
And then Jordan said, yes, Enosh will voice Superman. I'm keeping that promise. LOL.
Oh, nice. I love it. Boy, and I tell you what, now that'd be some cool stuff right there. I'd love that. That'd be sweet.
Some might say that would be super
That would be
cool.
super. That'd be super, citizens.
Space Ninja said, and what was the deal with that cat? Like CAT? Oh, I'm asking too many questions, aren't I? And then said, I will believe the Snyder Cut when I see it. CAT is in all caps. Under where Jordan says, I hope Superman and Lois is good.
What about the deal with that cat on what? Oh, on Rick and Morty? The dog is snoring and running in her sleep.
She's having a little bit of a dream.
Get it?
No, I'm afraid of those.
It's just a spider.
I don't like spiders.
Hold on a second, I gotta kill a spider. Superman to the rescue here.
Yes, arachnophobia scared me even worse. I can't stand them.
Ooh, that's a wolf spider.
Yeah, I could see that from here.
Oh
my gosh.
I didn't even kill it, it was on my finger.
That's why I don't do that.
On the brown couch. Means it could be anywhere around you, Tiff.
That's why I bought bug stuff to spray around the perimeter, and this rain
Yes.
is not helping because it wants to come in.
Yeah. The cat. Wasn't the cat in Rick and Morty?
I don't know. All I can think of right now is Squanchy.
Squanchy.
That gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Um,
Thank God she was having a bad dream or we wouldn't have seen that creepy spider.
I know, right? If she hadn't snored, see, everything has a purpose and a reason, right? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Is like Clark, yes, had been. That's what they've said is that Clark has been fired from the Daily
Caleb
Planet.
said, "Can I voice Lex Luthor?"
You're looking like Lex Luthor these days. Yeah, Space Ninja. You know, the Snyder Cut is one of those things that I've had a hard time believing in it. To be quite honest with you. At first, and that's why we haven't really talked about it a lot. We talked about that today on the council episode. Is that I haven't done a lot of videos about the Snyder Cut, just because I don't know. You know, it's been hard for me to tell whether or not there was something there, and I didn't want to just jump on a bandwagon of just putting a bunch of clickbait stuff out there just so that I could talk about. That's just not my style.
That's not me.
No. Excuse me, if you see me put out a video about something, usually it's because I'm pretty sure about something. I don't just put out video. Every once in a while, somebody gets me on something. But, you know, for the most part, you know, like if nothing comes out of this, you know, this thing, well, they totally got me on the Snyder Cut again. But I've just kind of, you know, it's kind of been kind of either way, right? I mean, I kind of like Justice League for what it is. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Would I like to see the Snyder Cut? Yes, I definitely would. From the way that it's been described by Zack Snyder himself. And I think that there's something there now. I think that now we can definitely say there's something there. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And there is a lot of smoke, given the fact that all the actors are talking about it, who are in the movie. Zack Snyder's talked about it. And now we seem to be getting some movement from other resources. It's definitely a thing, though. Yeah, we'll definitely believe it when we see it. When it gets announced, or if it gets announced, it'll be a great day for fans. But like I'm also there's a small part of me that is also like you saying, I don't want to get ahead of myself, because we don't know. No, John Campia pointed out a really good point this afternoon that I watched, and that is he said, look, he wants it too, but none of the major outlets have been reporting it yet. It's been the smaller groups that have been, smaller sites and stuff like that have been reporting it. And, it's not necessarily the tabloid ones like we got this covered.com, which you should never believe. Ever. They're like the Mike Zero of everything else. But, it's kind of 50-50. And I would like to be on the side of the 50 that says, hey, let's let it happen. Let's make that happen. I would love to see it. So,
Space Ninja said, sorry, every time someone responds to my comments, my video freezes. Don't know if you saw the cat is in reference to the Rick and Morty.
Yes. I'm trying to remember what the cat was. Where the cat appeared in the episode. Because they were in the vat, they got out of the vat. Morty was going through all those different time things and didn't he? Oh yeah, what was the cat? The cat did something, didn't it? Oh, that's gonna bug me now.
Caleb said, laugh out loud, my girlfriend just texted me. She liked Stargirl, but the Courtney and Pat keeping secrets from her mom weirded her out. In her words, quote, stepdaughters and stepdads shouldn't have secrets. And then the laughing emoji.
That's a good point.
But when your stepdad is stripesy, and your dad's... Oh, never mind, I can't say that without sounding gross. When your dad's staff calls to you...
Well, now. Okay, so now I'm going to fast forward through this real quick because I got to see the cat. I got to remember what the cat was.
Cat. You still have the episode? Thought you'd delete those.
No. I kept it because I wanted to... Wait, hold on a second. That's not the right episode.
Mm-mm.
No, I kept it because I wanted...
Space Ninja says, at the end, they look in the cat's brain and then vomit. We never find out what the cat did.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh my gosh. Man, the cat's seen things. The cat's done things. I'm not sure. Yeah, what's up with the cat? What's up with the cat? Rick and Morty is so good. And you know what's funny? Because we didn't get into Rick and Morty until, season 3?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it always looked like one of those things that I thought that I might like, but I didn't really watch it. We didn't really spend a lot of time on it. And then, about season 3, we caught up through Hulu, and...
we just kept binging it.
We just binged the whole thing, and then it was done, and we were like, what, we gotta wait forever for season 4? What? And
then at one point they said that they were canceling completely.
well, there was the scare that it might be canceled, but yeah, here's it. It's at the end, isn't it?
See, I didn't see that because I remember the guy. Because he thought that he got hit by acid, and he's like, "I'm acid proof."
Oh yeah, no, that's not this episode, is it?
No, because remember that's Johnny Carson.
Yeah, no, that's a different episode. It's a different episode.
We'll have to go back and find it.
Now you gone, done, did it. Now we got to rewatch an episode of that because Rick and Morty is just that good. I really enjoy Rick and Morty.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't watched Rick and Morty, it's pretty easy to binge.
I like Scary Terry and his family.
Oh my gosh, there's so many good things in Rick and Morty that are just funny. They're just funny on a different level.
Apparently, you can run and you can hide. And what is his son's name? Scary Jonathan?
I love it. Oh, I love it. Interesting that Rick didn't kill the cat, just sent him away. Rick has no problem killing. That's true, too. Like the Jelly Bean King, for example. Exactly. The first idea would be Superman going back to Smallville for his high school reunion, and there would be a battle during their reunion. Nice.
He said the other idea would be a feature film about Superman discovering an ancient civilization on a mysterious. I can't read my glass. I need my glasses on.
Steam Castle in the Sky. I don't know, that first idea sounds very much like Superman 3, which I kind of dig. So I'd like it. But hey, lots of cool stuff going on in DC, and some sad stuff too with Ruby Rose leaving. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. But we'll be here. We'll be covering it. We'll be weathering everything that we can. Fortunately, we got our live streaming capabilities back. Did you hear? Now, we've talked a lot about this, but Ryan, if you're still around, I don't know if you're still with us, but did you hear this? I'm pretty sure Geeks and Gamers got a copyright strike. Yeah, they on like all of their channels. I was watching things, so they lost their ability to live stream on like a couple of their channels because they got multiple channels, and so I think that's what we got to do is we got to diversify. We got to start a couple more channels, you know, for different things. I don't know. Isaac can have his own channel. You know, you can have your own channel. We'll all have our own channel, and then just be like, meet up with us on the other channel. I don't know. Actually, you can't. You're not supposed to do that, but.
Isaac could do one just for gaming.
There you go. But the thing is, I guess they got in trouble for some stuff, and they're saying that they didn't do it. That whatever the thing was that, I guess it was a gaming thing actually. It was a gaming thing that somebody said that they were showing gaming footage that Jeremy says he wasn't showing. So I don't know.
Jordan says maybe the Superman fan films can be a Poindexter Lounge co-production or a, quote, Poindexter Lounge original.
I mean, we could get in a writing room together and like me and Jordan like pump it out. I like some Superman stuff. Got some Superman knowledge up in here. We can give a little bit of a consult.
It's the one tattoo that you have.
It is. I get a little Superman consulting job, as it were. I'm already in trouble with Jordan because I feel bad. We just have not been able to connect, and I feel really bad because I gotta do these lines for the second Scooby-Doo film, and I gotta do these lines for another feature that he's doing for a Christmas special, and I feel horrible. So I gotta get that stuff done, and then maybe I could talk him into letting me consult on something. When he could actually get a hold of me to do the other stuff. But I enjoyed it. I had a blast on the first Scooby-Doo film.
We could have a funny like Sony type acronym. Poindexter Lounge original movie. Plum.
Plum.
And Jordan just said that's okay, LOL.
It's the Plum universe. The
Plumverse.
Plumverse. Well, I'm just trying to get this Poindexter Lounge wrestling second episode made because I really like the second episode of the Poindexter Lounge wrestling. Have any of you guys watched the Poindexter Lounge?
That a while ago.
PLW. Well, we still got to do the commentator stuff. So the matches have been done forever, and but we did the intro stuff. Now we just got to do the commentator stuff, and then it'll be done. But yeah, I don't know, and I don't even know at this point, like if anybody even enjoyed the PLW stuff. I don't know. It was funny to me, just throwing action figures around, you know, to a green screen, and
it reminds me of what you did when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it was.
When you had imagination.
Yeah, throwing action figures around, tossing them around, seeing who'd win. You know, He-Man right now is the champion. The question is, will He-Man retain the title? And I already sent out the board as to who's fighting each other. We got Pee Wee Herman versus Ozzy Osbourne in a Hellfire match from the depths of Hades itself, with King Shark as the special guest referee for the whole evening. Actually, we got 4 matches. So we got that match, and then speaking of Rick and Morty, we got Rick versus Mr. Meeseeks. Because if you watched episode 1, Rick kicked Zartan from G.I. Joe in the crotch, broke his crotch, and because of that, there was a ruling that Rick had to take on the returning CM Punk who made his debut back again, back here at PLW exclusively. And Rick, instead of taking on CM Punk, called upon Mr. Meeseeks to take on CM Punk, and CM Punk just totally wiped the mat with Mr. Meeseeks, which was not a good thing to do because it made Mr. Meeseeks really mad because he wanted everybody to look at him then and his anger at Rick Sanchez.
We should get a Kirkland Meeseeks to fight him too.
But that match is Rick Sanchez with Snowball in his corner versus Mr. Meeseeks with Morty in his corner. So the question is, who will be victorious in that match?
Who's in Morty's corner?
Well, it's Mr. Meeseeks with Morty in his corner. Yep, versus Rick and Snowball in his corner. And then, of course, we've got another Sergeant Slaughter match. If you remember the first PLW, we had Sergeant Slaughter versus Nemesis Enforcer from G.I. Joe, which was a continuation of their match from G.I. Joe the movie, the cartoon, where they fought. And Sergeant Slaughter won, and Nemesis Enforcer came back to take him on. And Sergeant Slaughter won that match. The retail version of Sergeant Slaughter that you could get with the Triple T tank back in the day, he won. But out of nowhere, which was a surprising turn, after Sergeant Slaughter won, down came the mail-away offered Sergeant Slaughter with the USA on his tank top, came down, started attacking the retail bought Sergeant Slaughter, and wanting to be known as the definitive Sergeant Slaughter. So now we have that match here, and who knows what kind of surprises could show up in that match. I mean, Sergeant Slaughter versus Sergeant Slaughter, it's just crazy. And then, of course, the main event, which stemmed from our first ever Battle Royale to determine our first ever World Heavyweight Champion, which ended up being He-Man. But in the end of the last episode, it came down to He-Man and Batman, and He-Man beat Batman for the title, won the title in the Battle Royal. But then Zorn from Son of Zorn came down the aisle, attacked He-Man. There was some bad blood there. I don't know. I think it's the whole barbarian angle, whatever. Attacked He-Man.
They have a similar build.
Yes, they went back and forth. And then as Zorn was standing above He-Man with the belt taunting him, the PLW belt, which looks great, all of a sudden, down the aisle comes the old big rubber Hulk Hogan. Huge compared to both of those men. Just took out Zorn, took out Hogan.
I heard he's a real American.
Threw him around the ring. Yes, he's a real American for sure. Threw him around the ring. It was just crazy, insane, and we were losing our minds at the end of the episode. And then he stood above both Hulk Hogan and Zorn and said he wanted to claim, wanted to make a bid for the title. So our main event for this episode is Hulk Hogan, Zorn, and He-Man in a triple threat match in He-Man's first title defense. He's in a triple threat match for the PLW World Title. Who will be champion when all that is done? You're going to want to stay tuned for that. PLW episode 2 coming soon. So maybe I could convince her when we're done here to help me voice the stuff and get it done tonight. That'd be nice. Anyways,
I need food first.
Yes. So, but hey guys, thanks for joining us. I think we just lost all the viewers because they're like, PLW, I don't even know what that is. Caleb, what? I did hear about that. Thoughts on Timothy Oliphant appearing in The Mandalorian as a character who in the Star Wars Aftermath novel wears Boba Fett's armor? Space Ninja says, my wife won't voice anything for me. I know. I got a good one. She's good. If you watch the last...
only one that drives me nuts is Mark Uno's mom.
Yeah. Well, you know. Yeah, she's pretty funny too. But,
I want to make you some pizza bagels.
Yeah, but...
that's for Bruce.
Yes. You know what? If you watch the last episode of the Poindexter Lounge Council, the Poindexter Council, and we were talking about what comic book series we would love to see put into live action or even an animated movie. Tiff over here leads the gate, like right out the gate.
I'm the only woman in a council of dudes.
You gotta watch that episode because all the guys on the council are like,
nice.
Holy crap.
And
she knows what she's talking about.
And we don't talk before them because
had no idea what she was picking.
What fun would that be?
Had no idea what she was picking.
I'm sitting here working and I'm like, oh, I gotta write some notes and I want to forget this.
The guys were greatly impressed. I think Jason even after you were done, Jason's like,
we were off of air or off the video and he's like, dude, props to your choice.
Right? But if you're interested, you can see my lightsaber skill on a playlist on my channel. I will check that out, Space Ninja. I've been known to have a few lightsabers myself.
We actually built one in Galaxy's Edge.
I think I have 10 or 11 now, don't I?
You have a plethora of sabers.
I do. I have 2 Obi-Wan sabers because I got Obi-Wan from Episode 3 and Obi-Wan from Episode 1. I've got both Luke Skywalker blue saber, Luke Skywalker green saber. I've got Mace Windu. I've got Yoda. I've got both sabers that go together for Darth Maul. I've got Darth Vader. I've got Kit Fisto. I've got Kylo Ren.
Did you say Mace Windu?
Yep. And I've got mine. I got 12 sabers now.
And I
got Count Dooku coming.
And then my saber that I made in Galaxy's Edge is purple.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's multiple color because it could be any color you want it to be.
It is, but the main color that I chose was purple.
Yes, it could be any color. We got every color.
And the bottom of
White
my
and yellow.
saber is a Rancor tooth.
It is. It is. Yes, that was a fun trip.
Space Ninja said very cool.
Yeah. So I love lightsabers. I remember when I got my first 2 lightsabers, which was the Luke A New Hope saber and the Darth Vader saber. And man, I remember getting those sabers and just really enjoying them. And from there, I just, it's just hit me at the right time. I've got such good deals on sabers. It's unreal. When I got the double-bladed Darth Maul saber, I actually got that at when Borders Books was still open, and they just happened to have a sale on them for buy one get one free. And so I got literally.
Do you want to show Space Ninja yours?
You can bring it out if you want.
'Cause
Tiffany went and got her lightsaber. It's a lightsaber show. We haven't busted out the sabers in a while. I just realized I still haven't done like a review video yet of these. I need to. But I can't remember what color I left in here.
Because I need to be in it.
They come in this nice bag when you get them in here. And this is my personal saber here. See, the dog's loving it. As you can see there, the hilt. It's got these cool designs on it and stuff.
Look out, Wookie.
And of course, there is the switch. And we'll have to be reminded what color I have in here. Oh, it's red. That's just in case you want to go to the dark side at any point.
Space Ninja said, "Ha, those are my first 2 also."
Nice.
And then mine, because we got to build ours, we both went for the natural look. I went for the girly with the scrolling, and I also went for the leather, the strips right here.
Which I kind of wish I had done now, but.
Well, it's cool because it feels kind of rubbery, but it's got like these metal pieces. Because the funny thing was, when we put this together, I thought they were plastic, and I'm like, man, for the price that we got, we had to put this together. I'm like, I wished it would have been better, but these are like, it's got some heft to it. And then there's a Rancor tooth right down there as the bottom of my saber, and
And your batteries are dead.
How did that happen?
Your crystal is not.
My saber's purple, but
Oh boy, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Very frustrating.
All that. Wah, wah. We better get those batteries out of there then so that they don't leak.
Yeah.
Oh man, that stinks.
Can you open that? I don't
Yep.
have nails to
Well,
do
you
that.
gotta unscrew it.
Oh, then that would be why.
Yep.
But we got to put it together from scratch, which was super, super cool. I wanted to get to my crystal out here for a sec. So this was the Kyber crystal when they went through and they showed us and we had to build our lightsabers from scratch. I got to pick the purple one, which was super cool because they had a story that went along with it. And then they're like, now open your eyes and pick the crystal that calls to you. And I was like, purple is so my color. So.
Yep.
Oops.
Oops.
A lot of stuff on.
Yep. So.
Well, we will have to change the batteries and put that and show you in the next video. But my saber is purple.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The batteries go right in there, and yep.
Well, I need to power up my lightsaber.
There you go. Well, hey guys. Yeah. So that's the first that I'm hearing of that thing about the Aftermath trilogy. I mean, I know who the character is, but Thank you, Space Ninja. They really were. Like I honestly, you know, in picking them because they've got all the the different. Obviously, they've got different hilts and different things that you can put together. And I wanted mine to be something that was easy to move around. That if I decided to take the blade out and just use the hilt, that it would look cool on its own. And that does. I like the designs here and stuff. So obviously these, the handles are a little bit thicker, than some of your regular sabers, but not really by much. I mean, they're more. I don't know how to explain it. They're just more. If you know the Darth Vader one's pretty big, and the Luke one's pretty big. So it's not really a thing of size, I guess. It's just they're more cylindrical. Is that the word I want to use? And you don't get to mix a lot of different parts. I mean, you have to pick between like 3 different variations. So you pick with the elemental,
which is what these are.
Yes, which is what these are, and
I have the 2 pieces that go around.
Yeah, and then so the elemental, and then the
there was like the dark side,
the power side or whatever, which is more kind of the dark side. And then it's kind of I can't remember what the last one's called, but it's basically more just kind of like a Jedi Crusader kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, it feels nice and comfortable in the hand. The only thing is that because it all screws together, you got to be careful when actually fighting with it because it wants to unscrew a little bit. Where like the other hilts that like are the ones that you actually buy, the hilt is solid usually in that spot, and only the bottom comes off to put the batteries in. With these, because it's got the crystal in there, and you can take it out and replace the crystal and everything. Like, see, I can show you. You got the purple crystal there?
Mm-hmm.
Might as well do this, since we couldn't do it with yours. See, I'll show you this. See, undo this here. It all comes out like that. And then this middle part comes apart. Just like that. And when that happens, you got the crystal right there. So that crystal now can be taken out like so. What's nice is we actually bought all the crystals, which I was surprised that the crystals were only about $17, and we got
in Disney.
At Disney. Yeah, at Disney. But those are the only places you can get the crystals. But they're unless you get them on the aftermarket on eBay, and of course people want to charge ridiculous amounts for them. But we got purple, red, green, blue, yellow, and white.
For Ahsoka.
So you can get them all. But see here, once you put it in, it's pretty cool because when the battery's in, it starts humming and it glows. I don't know how well you can see that on the camera there, but it starts glowing, and then that way you know that it's in place. And then it's got these little red and blue parts here, and then it's got red and blue parts on the end or on the inside of there, so that you know where to put the stuff. Right there. You put that right there, and you put that one over the top of it. That way. Yep, there we go. It's so easy, I did it wrong. You screw it all in. Come on. Screw that in. Screw that. And see, they go different ways. So unfortunately, like if you do this, it's going to come loose. So you got to kind of keep that, and then put that on there tight. And it's cool because with each crystal, it's got a different sound. Totally different sound to each crystal. And you kind of see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's like yellow when you hit it. It's pretty cool. So. So there you go. That's a little tutorial. I still got to do an actual like review video of these still yet, but one of the best things I think we've ever done. And the experience, if you ever get a chance to do it, the experience is almost worth the price, because they bring you in. It's supposed to be like you're on the download. They don't want anybody to know you're there. They don't even call it, like you can't even ask them in Galaxy's Edge where you go make the lightsabers.
You have to ask them, you're like, do you know where we can find some scrap metal?
Yep.
And they're like, oh, you want to go over here?
You want to go to Savi's workshop. And so that's cool because everything is in character. That's the difference between Galaxy's Edge
and... That's awesome, Jordan.
That's the difference between Galaxy... There we go. We're back. All right. Hope I didn't lose you. I don't know at what point I lost you there. But I'll just say, so I think that's what a lot of people miss about Galaxy's Edge. Galaxy's Edge is not supposed to be just a land that you go to, that you experience just Star Wars. They don't even know what Star Wars is in Galaxy's Edge. That's the beauty of it. I was talking to a guy, we're waiting in line for Rise of the Resistance, and I'm like, hey, are you a Star Wars fan, or you just love working here, or like what? And he's like, I don't know what are you talking about Star Wars? What is Star Wars? And then you get it. You start to understand, this is not just... I just go to a land and I view this thing or whatever. You're part of it. You're part of the experience. So when you go make your lightsaber, they take you in this little room and they do this whole ceremony and they put it together with you.
You hear Yoda.
You hear Yoda speak from the beyond. There's just so many cool things about it. And that's what I've seen is people reporting back on Galaxy's Edge saying, oh, it sucks because there's not any classic trilogy heroes and this. And I know that there was the whole report that came out that said it was originally supposed to be Tatooine and stuff. But if it had been set on Tatooine, we wouldn't have got this kind of experience. Because the whole day that we spent at Galaxy's Edge was this experience. Was one experience to the next, And I'm sorry that there's people who just don't get that. I don't understand why they don't get that. I love Star Wars. What can I say? I got a whole house full of Star Wars stuff. I talk about Star Wars pretty much more than anything else. And so I really enjoyed myself at Galaxy's Edge. And I know there's a lot of other people who do too. So I don't know if you've been, but if you ever get a chance, do it.
When we take our boys, we're doing it.
Do it. All right, guys. Well, I think we've had some fun tonight. I think we've had a good time talking about Stargirl. It's off to a good start, and we're off to a good start.
We started watching Stargirl. We ended with lightsabers, and now I want my kyber crystal back.
That's a good day. That's a good day. All right, guys. Until next time, my name is Enosh, a.k.a. Enosh Fett, along with the lovely.
Fantastic.
Saying, may the force be with you, and hey, stay tuned for more Stargirl.
Heck yeah.
Star Wars, Stargirl. See?
It's all in the stars.
It's all good. It all goes together. All right. So, anyways.
Jordan says, for the glory of Middle Earth.
All right. Say goodnight, Tiff.
Good night, Tiff.
See you guys.